Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for Monday, November 3rd, 2014. Okay, October ended last Friday with the Oct 5 expiration. The announcements on Friday were flat or mixed, I guess you might say, except for like the consumer confidence, I think, came in unexpectedly better, I guess you could say. And for today, we have motor vehicle sales, PMI manufacturing index, ISM manufacturing index, and construction spending. So we're looking at how we're doing building things today, I guess you might say. All right, that's it for today. Only one red one. Across the ponds in Asia, we're looking Nikkei still doing good with pumping all that money into there. It seems that it's going to be unlimited, like whatever the Japanese central bank decides it needs to do to prop up the economy. That's what they're going to do. But you know, it's not real. It's like here. A lot of the stuff here is not real. A lot of it's the government. And the government, when the government becomes the economy, then, well, just figure it out for yourself. You're all pretty intelligent. Europe, well, we're looking at bearish across the board there. In some cases, exceptionally. But be that as it may, moving on to the U.S., looking like we might open down a tad here as well. Gold is still sinking at 1170. Oh man, and oil is at $80.71, which is a good thing for people that are buying gas. But the squeeze is being put on. Natural gas is kind of high at $4.50. And the euro US dollar is down to $1.24. Let's take a look at the big four and their overnight action. Okay, S&P flat. Gold, choppy, but relatively flat. Oil, kind of sank down and then it sort of pulled up a little bit about when the European market opened. Not all that much though, and the VIX is at 1575. That's a little bit of a surprise to me. Oh, and if we take a look at a chart of the euro US dollar, let's see how that is looking on a chart. Right here. Here is the weekly. And it's still sinking. If you look at the dollar all by itself, which is this DX future here, still looking pretty strong, which is why it's sinking, or why the euro is sinking against the dollar. So, what does that mean? That means that they can buy our stuff cheaper, or we can buy their stuff cheaper. I don't know. I always get confused about that. Let's not even talk about that. Let's just go back here and take a look at our current account. We have this Google trade here that says that it's in the money. And if we take a look at a chart, that's the only one that we have left really from last week. It's right here. I figured, look at the way that it spent Friday. I was happy. Then I was sad, then I was happy, then I was sad. So it was one of those kind of days Friday. But overall I was sad because here's the results. from last week. Took a chunk of size of $844 out of my gains for the month. So instead of like 17 or whatever it was the week before, it's now 872. So the month of October is done. I did change this around so that it ends on Fridays now instead of Saturdays, because that's when you do the accounting, is based on Friday anyway. So I'm okay with that. And here is October, 9-3, 9 wins, 3 losses, so we're 666. Oh, not a good number. Year-to-date winners, 84-62, and then here's the profit and loss for October. And then I fix this up also. I changed this tab down here to 2014, and I already have 2015 set up. So we're ready to rock and roll there. So here's that rut trade. That went bad. All these were bear calls. See, it says there, Beck. And this one was a bear call. And this one also, this was a 50 delta on Amazon. These yellow ones were the 20 deltas, or thereabouts. So that's that for the month. All right, so we have another month coming up. So we'll just go back, reset, and rock and roll. Okay, so let's start out with the scan here, and we'll hit up on Apple first. Okay, target set down here. Waiting. Had a very nice 2 weeks here. Very nice. Went from like $98 to $108. So that's a 10% gain in a week. That's sweet. But we're waiting for our opportunity to get in. Amazon. Interesting pattern here. This is this 50 delta loser. So we're going to clean the drawings out of here. What do we have going on here? We have what could be a trend reversal. Just not really sure about it, so I'm not going to say anything at this point. Just because I'm not getting a clear message here on Amazon. It's not that I'm afraid after last week. Boeing, and the problem I'm having with Boeing, and let me just take a look at this with you here. We go to the trade tab and we take a look at the bid and the ask. Okay, we got a dollar spread here, and we have almost 15 cents between the bid and the ask. I could not get a midpoint trade to execute on this thing the last time I tried to trade it. It was very frustrating. Even if we go out here, this bid ask isn't too bad at the money, but when I go to say like a 20 delta, well, that's still not too bad. Well, I'll tell you, it was looking a lot different when I was trying to trade. I was looking at 20 to 25 cents bid ask spread on these option contracts, and I was a little bit disappointed, so I couldn't get the trade to execute. That's why I was thinking about bailing on Boeing on my A+ list. But be that as it may, we were looking for a bearish trade on this and a bear call. I just don't know what to do with these guys. There's a lot of these, like this one, there's no trend. There's just no trend. So they're either changing trends or trendless, I guess you might say. We do have a little bit of momentum up here to the positive side, so I'm going to get rid of this because I'm not interested in anything on Boeing at the moment. But I might be interested in maybe a 20 delta down here because of or trendless situation that we have going here. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a 20 delta target in there, and we'll see how that works out. I'm going to the positive side just because the only thing I really have to go on right now is MACD, and on the weekly also it looks like it's going to pop above the 0 line. Alrighty. Alibaba earnings. So, do we want to maybe play earnings 11:04 before the market? So that's tomorrow morning. Oh, let me think about this. Tomorrow morning, if we were to do I'm looking on the positive side here. It wouldn't be too bad of a deal here. Throw $400 at it and place a $400 bet, and 578, which is 98.60. Say that we went here. $350. Analyze trade. Okay. If it makes its move, is that 199? What's the move supposed to be? Only $6. So let's say it moves up 6. That would be 105. Well, that's still doubling your money. That's not a bad deal. A doubler? Oh, wait a minute. What's this here? We got these, both of these in here. Take that out. Alright, so it's still a doubler. Say you did a 99 call, paid $350 for it, and if it makes the $6 move or $5 move to the upside, somewhere around there, you double your money. Not bad. We might do that. Let me make a note of that. Alrighty. Baidu. We just had earnings on Baidu, and we're still trying to figure out where we're going to go there. So there's nothing, I don't see anything interesting there, or anything setting up at this time. Chipotle. We're coming down into our target here. Is it going to cooperate? I know we have a downtrend right now. We have an uptrend on the weekly, and MACD is moving up. We're in sort of a setup here. I'm going to call it a setup, and we'll keep an eye on it. Alright. Costco. We have a target set down here. We're waiting for that one to mature. Take a peek at the Dow with the new high. I don't know, just, it is what it is, I guess, right? I don't even want to look at gold. We looked at Google. Let's go right to LinkedIn. And LinkedIn did wonderfully. I figured them to be to lose out on this, but they actually did come up short on their earnings, but they must have said something as far as their guidance that made the price move like that. Okay, so now we're like starting from scratch. Probably a target down here, but we'll have to see how things move along after earnings. And now we're coming up to our cash indexes, which is probably about the only thing that we can really play right now because so many people are coming off of earnings. And we have a target set down here for a bull put. Netflix. One had its earnings a while back. This was a winner, and we ended up with a loser on this. That is a little bit frustrating. Somebody's got to yell at me for not getting out when I was about 80% profitability on this thing. You guys need to yell at me. I did a lot of dumb things last week. Priceline, earnings coming up. 11.4 before market tomorrow morning as well. What do you think about Priceline? I think their options are just a tad expensive. There's no way that I'm going to just go off and spend $4,000 to buy a call. I'm not going to do that. So we're just going to kind of watch and see what happens. Russell, we have a target set down here, waiting for our entry, and SPX, or S&P 500, same thing. Let me slide this over a little bit. Tesla, thinking about doing something different on the SPX, just thinking about it. Tesla has earnings coming up Wednesday after the market, and Visa had their earnings, and they were pretty good, according to what everybody's saying anyway, and they're moving along just fine. So now we're looking for a 50 delta target down here, and that's it for today. Yeah, I really don't have anything more to say, I don't think. So the spreadsheet is up on the blog if you're interested in downloading it, if you're using it to keep track of your own successes, whether it's with paper money or live money. You're welcome to it. It's downloadable on my blog at theoptionguru.com/blog. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.